I'll do it. Stay right there. No, you blew it. Anyway, I would like to introduce Michelle Talando, who is the co-founder of the New Jersey Tea Party Coalition up in the north. She is one of the most respected Tea Party people in our caucus and in the Tea Party Congress, and she's just a wonderful person. And I'm glad to introduce her. She has a number of things to advise you about some upcoming activities. Thank you, Michelle.
They promised me a stool back here. I think I got lost. I'm so not sure. Good afternoon, faithful patriots. I've made some new friends today, which is great. I've seen some friends that I've known before. The amazing part is I didn't really know anybody in this room, except for my husband. I knew him. 4 years ago. So it's fabulous when you get to have time with, other conservatives, and you get to network, hear what other people are doing. There's no, need for us to start and reinvent the wheel when we have so much knowledge amongst us. So, at a later point, before you leave, be sure to network with a few people. There's a lot of clusters in New Jersey here, and it's really important that you get to know who they are, know what they're doing. You can have an extra few hours on your hand. We could always use a little help. Everybody's talking about where we are now. I'm going to ask you to just visualize for a moment. We're all looking towards Tuesday, November 6th. However, a few of us are looking past that date right now. For obvious reasons. We're on the ground, we're making calls, we're delivering, we have, financial requests out there. We're all trying to do something with our time, treasure, and talent. People are blogging, and everything is important. There's nothing that's not important. Every action you take is going to have a reaction. And it's important that we get everybody out there. Some groups are endorsing and supporting those candidates who they feel will change the tone in New Jersey and Washington. And they're working 24/7 to make it happen. They're calling for volunteers, and they are seeking for people to help them with their campaign. So listen, find a candidate that you can believe in, get them out there, help them a little bit. But let us ask ourselves the question, what of November 7th? What happens on November 7th? Are we prepared if the tone of Washington or New Jersey is not changed? Well, maybe you haven't thought of what happens on November 7th, but because you're already so busy, and you haven't even had the time to visualize what you'll do. We must be long-term strategists. We cannot be short-term achievers. That bears us nothing. It's hollow. The conservative groups that were not even in action 4 years ago quickly became known to one another. They thrashed out what they agreed on and was not in sync with each other. We all know what it is, but we all respect each other, and so many groups work together. Those remain, and they hang together, finding common ground, have become stronger, forging great allies, and ultimately great friends. And so many are in this room. It's time that we take it to the next step. The next step? Lobbying. The practice of influencing votes of elected officials is one of the most important functions in the political process. We are focused on the next step. Beyond rallies, beyond meetings, beyond trying to beat back the tide of assault on the Constitution, we will provide the training to further empower activists to become more and achieve more. All concerned citizens, organizations, and groups are invited to attend. A training session for grassroots activists on how to lobby your elected officials will be presented on Saturday, November 10th by Robert Najmulski. I hope I got that right. Well, Robert's not here, so I'm in the clear. He's the Northeast Field Representative for the Federation for American Immigration Reform. They already do this, and they've agreed to come and share how they do this. They do this with private citizens. We're not talking about lobby money here. We're not talking about, you have to have a bank account to do this, you have to have a separate organization. We're talking about private citizens, how you can lobby. Now, that doesn't mean you have to take a trip to Washington every day, But you could take it to your local, council people, your county government, and your state government. As citizens, it's our responsibility to educate ourselves and to see that the right people run for office and get elected. The process continues as we inform our elected officials on the issues which are most important to us. The critical legislative work takes place in committees. Lobbyists testify at committee hearings or bring in outside experts to testify. Provide the staff with information, and more frequently than most people realize, actually write the legislation. They are sophisticated professionals and do not simply say to senators, vote for this bill or else, but explain why the bill is important to their constituency, as well as what impact it will have in the senator's state. Now that doesn't mean that you have to go and you have to appear before a body and testify. But you can go to the office, you can have conversations with them. Remember, your constituency could be any local group that you have in your town that you're connected with. We have a lot of extensive groups. We have Kiwanis clubs, we have Knights of Columbus. You can make them your constituency. You can have influence, you can pass that information. All groups and organizations in the state are invited to attend, and we're requesting, at a minimum, 1 to 2 persons be designated as a representative from their group. We're looking to build a strong statewide lobbying effort in the state of New Jersey. The guiding principles of this effort will be based on the U.S. Constitution as set forth by the preamble. Remember the preamble, we the people of the United States. That's you. That's not somebody else, and it's not, just what the government tells you, or the legislator who decided that they evolved into something else and now they're going to change their position, and you didn't vote for that, and you lent your support. So it's important. We invite your friends and family, any members of your group, to the Town and Country Inn in Keyport, New Jersey, Saturday, November 10th. As we prepare to take on Washington, D.C., Trenton, and your hometown elected and appointed legislators. If there is anybody who does not want to be advised of this, let me know. I'll take you off the mailing list, because we do have some of your emails. If anybody did not give me an email address, if you would please give it to me so I can let you know. That doesn't bind you to come, but we are asking for people. If you're not part of a group, you can still come and be someone who lobbies for the right thing. You got a little bit of time and a little bit of energy. The information will be provided to you the same way that Shelley does. Shelley does a fabulous job of getting the information out to people of what's happening with Agenda 21, where it is, where they should go, and she gives some information on that. So we can do the same thing. It doesn't mean that you're going to be standing there alone, all by yourself. So anyone who's interested, this is a new way to go forward. And we hope that we'll see a number of people there, because we have to take the next step. Thank you very much.